I'm Jay Taylor. I'm here backstage at the October 8th Virtual Metals Investor Forum. I'm here with Marcel Robillard. He is the CEO, President, and Chairman of Puma Explorations. This is a company that I've just recently picked up in my newsletter, and I was delighted to have them at the Metals Investor Forum on October 8th. The company has a project in northern New Brunswick that is very much like the Clarence Stream project of Galway Metals, which has been a huge success, but geologically looks very similar to it. And I'm very excited about this story, so I'm really pleased to have Marcel with us. Thanks for joining us, Marcel.
Oh, thank you, Jay, for the invite. I really appreciate the time that I have, and I'm always more than happy to explain or tell the story outside. So that's great. Thank you very much, Jay.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll just go into it. It's your Triple Fault project in northern New Brunswick. Just talk to us a little bit about it. It's my understanding that it's very much like the Galway project, which is doing extremely well. I think it's going to be a multi-million ounce near surface high grade deposit. They just keep finding more, and the structures are large. But is it similar to that? And perhaps just talk to us a little bit about your exploration project right now, how you're proceeding to uncover wealth for shareholders.
Yes, good. Thank you. So basically, yes, the target or the model that we're looking for at the Triple Fault is something similar to the Galway Clarence Stream Gold project. So all the similarities are basically, same rock, same kind of ages, mineralization system related to intrusive, like faulting, multiple layers of volcanic unit. So all the geological model, the background is similar. Also, it's great because they are just south of us. So, they are a little bit more advanced, as you said. They are drilling, they have drilled in the past, and they're finding more and more. So we use the same kind of tool they use there as the exploration, strategy. Basically, we know that it's most of the area can outcrop at surface. So that's a big advantage for us to be able to do exploration with less expensive than always has to be drilling. So basically, the property is about 30 kilometers long. So the size is there, 10 kilometers wide. So there's many kind of layer in it. So the first step, we acquired the plate during the, let's say, spring, late spring, beginning of the summer. So from different prospector. So then we start the early exploration. We usually do the same thing. We get the plate, we do the compilation, and with the compilation in hand, then we send the team to make sure where to go and what to find. So we use the same tools like geochemical anomalies is one of the best thing, and some IP as well target. So in the past, because it was belonging to different prospector, most of them has little grids of soil anomaly. So the first thing was to send a team. So all June and July, what we've done, we sent two teams of geologists with prospector to find some kind of any evidence or occurrence of gold somewhere else. Because people might not understand, but 30 kilometers long by 10, that's a kind of a huge land package. So you cannot go everywhere and, you're going to be lost and you won't know exactly what to do. So it's always like strategically held, basically first prospecting, mapping. So we've been able to select and discover some great area. So the next step, the one that we're doing right now, is trenching. So after finding some good zone, the next step is to trench. With a backhoe and excavator, overburden and gravel is about less than 1 meter. So what we're doing, we trench it, the target, to see what is the rock, what is the unit. So what we're looking for is the same kind of rhyolite zone, similar to the one held at Galway. But just as a gossip here for fun, probably Mac Watson. Mac Watson used to be with them at the beginning of the story, before Galway takeover, who is the founder, and he's a technical advisor to us. So Mac is right now with us team, and he explained a little bit the way they find stuff and the way to explore. So we're really happy to have Mac with us. So basically, first step, discovery, then we do trenching. That's exactly what we're doing. Right now, we have about 9, 10 trench done. I'm not sure it's 9 or 10. All the trenches was done to select or located the good unit, the favorable unit, because once you find the unit, then you can do a little bit more detailed work to find where is the gold within the unit. So
Right.
basically, we've done the first trench 50 meters away from the main showing, the O'Neill showing, the brand new that we hit really high grade stuff in it. And then 100 meters further, we do another trench, we find it again, 500 meters. So then we did bigger step out. So we went 500 meters and we hit again the 50 meters wide rhyolite. So all those rocks are now at the lab, and within probably 3 weeks maximum, we should have the first result. Then after finding that area, we move another kilometers further, where we call it the zone is the zone 40. And there, again, we hit more than 150 meters of rhyolite. This is, again, brand new. So now we know that for 4 kilometers long, we have the potential of that unit going like, a little bit, sometimes there's faulting. But now what we want to do is to do the trenches, locate the good rock, and then we're going to do stripping in those areas. After, once we're going to get the result of the more detailed stripping, then we're going to drill. So before drilling, we want to make sure we have the 2 feet on the showing and the ground to know how to direct the drilling so far. Yeah.
Okay, well, when do you think that drilling might take place? Because it's all nice, you know, surface work. I can understand your approach because it's low cost. You're mapping out the size, the target, but we want to see a third dimension, and the markets will obviously, if you're getting the same kind of drill intercepts as you're seeing with your channel samples, it ought to be very, very strong for the stock, I think.
Exactly.
So when do you think you'll start drilling?
It's going to be done before year end, before Christmas, because now we're still without snow in the ground, which is pretty good because we can do trenching, stripping, and mapping everywhere. But then, you know, within maybe 2 months maximum, we go for trenching up to beginning of December. So maybe this year for Christmas, we're going to get the really great gold into the core as a Christmas gift. Will be great for us. That's kind of the target.
Sure.
We're going to have, maybe, you know, we're going to just start the drilling program, because after that, we're going to do an aerial survey and we're going to flow the entire plate. So like this, during the winter time, then we're going to do the interpretation of the major aerial EM and MAG survey that is going to be done over the entire belt. So we're going to have target, one. Hopefully, we're going to have the one we hit the goal that they're going to show something in it. So whatever it's a positive anomaly or negative anomaly, if we can get the signature of the O'Neill, the William 1 and William 2, then we do the survey with few holes. It's going to be perfect. This is such great area to drill, to go working, because we're not like stopped during the winter time as some other place. It's paved road, is opened by the government, and we're about 1 or 2 kilometers from the road. So even during the winter time, sometimes it's even easier. There's no mud, there's no mosquitoes, and we can just be drilling. For sure, for me, it's easier because I'm in the office. I'm not the one at minus 40 in the field. But, you know, if you ask the driller, if they prefer to drill winter or summer, they might have another answer.
Yeah. So Marcel, you have actually 3 targets, I think, on your project. There's the Williams Brook, I think, which is where you're focusing now. But you also have the John Paul and the Portage Lake. Just briefly tell us about those 2 properties. What are they, similar properties, or what are you looking at there?
Yeah, that's kind of the same package unit. And why we call it the triple fault, because they're all cross-cut by 3 major faults. But the Pumas is more related to mafic intrusive with something like a lower grade, huge potential for low grade copper gold with big tonnage. And the John Paul is something similar. And we're working mostly now on William Brook, basically because we have been lucky. Because when we get the feet on the ground, we get that high grade up 121 times gold, so we decide to focus there. So to be honest with you, I'm not sure if before Christmas we're going to do something on John Paul and Portage, because as we have something such great, we're going to keep it to finalize the compilation. They're going to be englobed within the survey. So within the survey we're going to do, it's going to be flown everywhere. So we see more work during the spring at John Paul. It's intrusive, gold grade, and intrusive rock. And potash is mostly like a major intrusive mafic and copper and with a bit of gold. So, but so far it's William Bourg.
Okay, well, just about out of time here, but I want to ask you your financial situation. You're okay. You don't have to raise money right away. When do you expect to raise more money? I suppose when you start drilling.
Yes, exactly. What we are planning now, we have enough to do all the project up to Christmas and enough to start the drilling program as well. And then we have different opportunities on the table. There's like some warrant to be exercised that are in the money. We're going to look for raising more money, maybe private placement. But so far, I'm just focusing on getting the share price higher and find as much gold as I can before the snow is coming.
Yeah, well, I just say that what's attractive to me here is that you've got a market cap, I think around 11 million Canadian.
Exactly.
And you have the same kind of target as Galway had there. It's just, to me, it's really a very, very attractive, high risk, high reward proposition. So yeah. Anything else? We're really basically out of time, but one quick word per, what about drivers? I guess drilling results coming around Christmas, that's what people should be watching for.
Yes, up to the time, for me, the next catalyst will be the early result from the trenching, because right now we are about 2-3 weeks away from the result. And if they are such good as we think, because we saw the rock, which are really, really similar to O'Neill, but as you know, gold is the specialty. Sometimes you can have everything without gold, but now we're so pumped about the gold. We think the next catalyst will be just the result within 2-3 weeks. And if we can prove up that gold is there 50 meters, 100 meters, and 600 meters, then it's going to bring a lot more size over the story.
All right. Okay. Well, it's an exciting story, and I want to thank you very much, Marcel, for taking the time to tell our viewers about it. It's a great opportunity. I think one I'm happy to own and continue to cover in my newsletter. So thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you, Jay, and it's just the beginning, I tell you.
We'll keep our eyes on it, no doubt about that. All right, thanks, Marcel.
Thank you very much, everybody.
You bet.